Hello and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, Ordinary Shrines. I'm super excited to be beginning this new little YouTube venture, to have another creative outlet and a place to share some of the knowledge I've gathered over the last few years on some of the things I'm interested in. As maybe you have guessed at this point, one of the things I'm interested in is fragrance. Before I get into my video, which is going to be my top 5 summer scents for summer 2023, I wanted to give a little bit of context and background on my relationship with perfume. I first got a signature scent in middle school. I became very heavily identified as a warm vanilla sugar girl. And then as I got a little bit older, I then transitioned, blossomed into a beautiful Amber Romance Victoria's Secret body spray girl. Also, somewhere in there, I did get my hands on the Fantasy Britney Spears perfume, which I wore for years and years. That was definitely a signature scent for me. I'd say that probably when I began high school, I was like, oh, I'm older, I need something a little more sophisticated. And so I started to ask for nicer bottles of perfume for Christmas. That was like my big gift every year. I can remember some of those scents were Harajuku Lovers, G by Gwen Stefani, Daisy by Marc Jacobs, Flower Bomb by Victor and Ralph, and I think the other one was Miss Dior. After I moved out, I think I kind of just fell out of collecting perfume, out of life circumstance. One of the perfume houses I'm going to talk about touches on this. Fragrance is not necessarily a necessity. Fragrance is thought of as a luxury product, and there is no denying that we do not need it to live. But it is not meaningless that perfumery is one of the oldest arts in human society, that it touches every known culture and encompasses processes, ingredients, and knowledge that span thousands of years. The biggest change since my first time around collecting perfume, I don't really believe that the experience of perfume is about the wearer. So, of course, it's always good to be mindful of other people around you. Some people have fragrance allergies, things like that. But I used to wear perfume with the hope in my heart that somebody would be like, oh, you smell so good. Like, what is that? I wanted other people to enjoy the experience of me wearing perfume. Whereas now I really believe that, honestly, I think it's about me, or whoever it is that's putting on the fragrance. It's become more of a personal ritual for me that feels super sacred. Like, when I wake up in the morning, one of the first things I do is I look at my collection, I say, how am I feeling today? What atmosphere do I want to carry with me? What mood, what reminder do I want to have with me all day? And I think that can tell a person so much about where their head's at, about how they're feeling that day. The opportunity to get to know yourself through fragrance is, to me, truly so beautiful and unique. There's just not anything else like it. Scent can evoke so many emotions, nostalgia. You can take scents from the kitchen, from nature, from life experiences. You can bring those into your self-care routine and they can bring you comfort. They can inspire you. And I just think it's an overlooked opportunity for many people. As we have discussed, fragrance is a luxury. So I feel very lucky to have my collection. I hope that you enjoy the perfumes I'm going to share with you today, learning about them, and maybe you'll even feel compelled to get a sample of one, or feel inspired to look for something that feels authentically you. First fragrance that I would like to talk about is the one I've been reaching for the most this summer, and it was on my wish list for a little over a year. And to me, it's just the perfect, like, romantic, sensual summer scent, and that is Sex and the Sea Neroli by Francesca Bianchi. And there is an original without the Neroli, but I am a big Neroli fan. I know that about myself, so I went straight for this one. It's classified as an amber floral, and it is for men and women. It's a unisex scent. And some of the notes include honey, neroli, mimosa, coconut, sandalwood, iris. I'll put them all on the screen. I included the way that the perfumer has talked about their own scents with all of these, so I'm giving my own little opinion, but also letting you know kind of the story behind the fragrance. Beautiful memories of a fresh breeze at the seaside while flirting on the salty sands are conjured in this narcotic, almost hypnotic potion. A heart of coconut, the saltiness of the sea, the sweet sweat of warm skin, but this time with a narcotic freshness which makes the perfume more complex and its evolution more intriguing. Also, the drawing is the creator's illustration, an imaginary union of a neroli flower and a starfish, which I find very sweet. The perfumer, Francesca Bianchi, says that she's inspired by the power of what it means to be human, by the wish to connect with people's inner life, and the desire to spark an emotion in them and make them feel at home in their own bodies, offer solace, or just a quick fix for a bad day. I do feel that way about her perfume. When I ordered this one, I got some samples of some others, which I am definitely interested in getting full bottles of, Lover's Tale especially. I was originally going to do a wish list at the end of this video, and depending on time, I still might. Yeah, this to me is just the #1 summer scent. This is my #1 summer scent this year. It is just sexy, but comforting and warm. I think my evolution from warm vanilla sugar to amber romance to this is very easy to follow. So want to add that I find this to be a very good day to night fragrance. So some of my perfumes I find a little too sensual to wear maybe during the day or to the office or something like that. I probably wouldn't wear this to the office, but I definitely think it's appropriate to wear during the day, to brunch, something like that. But it also is a perfect evening scent. So if you had to splurge on like one perfume for this summer, this would be my suggestion. Speaking of day to night, the next scent we're going to talk about is, to me, really a night fragrance. But I haven't worn anything else out when I like go out dancing or go to the bar or whatever. I always reach for this. And that is Rainbow Bar by 1969. And this one has a lot of notes. I will also put these on the screen, but got cardamom, woodsy notes, bourbon, sea notes, basil, grapeseed, cedar, nutmeg, clove. Okay. So this fragrance is called Rainbow Bar after a bar which I believe is on Sunset Strip in LA, but it is evocative of the 1980s glam rock era in LA and the music scene and lifestyle of the US West Coast during the 1960s and 70s. Elements like the sun, the blue skies, and the warm glow that embrace LA. So when I wear this, I feel like I am, you know, a rock star. Like, it's just kind of, it's got some tropical feel to it, but it's also kind of a boozy scent, which is why I wear it at night. But it's very immersive. I feel like someone else when I wear it, but in a fun way. I just feel like a little bit edgier, a little more glamorous, and you know, who can say no to that for a fun night out? Not me. The perfume house, I'm not familiar with a lot of their other scents, but the name 1969 stands for freedom, tolerance, and counterculture. The inspiration includes different iconic moments of counterculture throughout history. Art, music, and different cultures have left their marks on these products in terms of content, names, and packaging. The different colors symbolize a rainbow, in which 1969 stood for peace and freedom. I forgot to mention, this is a woody aromatic as classified by Fragrantica, and it's also unisex. However, these fragrances I find with niche fragrances, they usually all kind of will classify themselves as unisex, and I'm all for that. But I do find this scent to be a little bit more masculine leaning, and some of these other scents to be like the Sex and the Sea Neroli to me is a little more feminine. But anyone can wear them. I love wearing masculine scents. It makes me feel, I don't know, good. It makes me feel good. So wear what you like. The third scent I'm going to talk about today is the Citronelle or Lemongrass and Geranium Dyptique Body Spray. And this is the most affordable thing I have listed on this collection because it is a body spray, not a perfume. And honestly, it's kind of meant to double as a bug spray, which I love. I love a luxury bug spray. It's a citrus aromatic, again, unisex. Top notes are lemongrass, lemon, and eucalyptus. It's also got neroli, geranium, and white musk. And this is a limited edition bottle. So I actually found out about last year's limited edition and I wanted it and I missed my opportunity. So I got this on the day it dropped. I walked into the Dyptique store and I saw it and they were like, it's the first day. I was thrilled. But this year's version, Eric Winkowski illustrated the box. It is a capture of a natural Mediterranean landscape in the summertime. It's the perfuming summer body spray combines useful with the enjoyable. Ideal for making the most of natural surroundings and summer evenings while perfuming yourself with fresh floral notes. Dyptique is not necessarily like a small perfume house. I think a lot of people are very familiar. But they say that they are a precursor of the art of living through the senses, where fragrance and art are integral to everything. And I've really been enjoying this. Honestly, sometimes I put it on when I'm not even gonna be out with mosquitoes. I just really enjoy how herbaceous it smells, and I find it kind of uplifting. The third scent I'm going to talk about, it's my first Jo Malone perfume, and it is Sea Daffodil. It is classified as an aromatic aquatic, and I'm finding out that I really like aquatic scents. This one's also unisex, and the notes are mandarin orange, pink pepper, ylang ylang, another favorite of mine, sea daffodil with sandalwood, vanilla, and vetiver. I actually don't know how to say that one. But anyways, like wearing a white dress on a beach, having a picnic, eating fresh fruit. It's honestly a little bit, you could call it a spring fragrance over a summer fragrance, but brings this like airy, like lightness that you sometimes need on these super humid days. It feels fresh. They describe it as the essence of daydreaming in the dunes captured in a bottle of luminous, sensual, never-ending sunshine. And the way Jo Malone describes himself, as a perfume house, is rewriting the rules of perfumery by mixing unexpected combinations of ingredients and providing elegant yet playful concepts where the scent is used with abandon. The world of Jo Malone continues to inspire a loyal following. This is my first Jo Malone scent, like I said. I know some people feel that they don't last long enough or they don't project enough, but I honestly don't find that to be an issue with this one. I saved one of my favorite but most polarizing scents for last, and that is After the Flood by, I actually don't know how to say the name of this, Apoteker Tepe. I should have looked this up. It's a floral aquatic, another aquatic, and this one's unisex, but I do find it to be more masculine leaning. And the notes are violet leaf, water lily, mushroom, patchouli, and wet earth. And this is so beautiful to me. I mean, it smells like wet dirt and flowers, and maybe some people don't want to smell like that, but personally I do. It feels like spring, and again, I know it's a summer scent, but I love to carry forward with that freshness and that like new life feeling that you get from spring scents. Also, these are just the scents that I have. This scent belongs to my husband, but I found it, so we share it. But technically I bought it as a gift for him. But we share a lot of our fragrances. We both are super into fragrance, so with a lot of the niche perfumes being more unisex, we're kind of able to borrow from each other, which is a lot of fun to me. This is described as the scent of soil, water, and delicate stirrings of undergrowth in spring. And this is the perfume house that the quote that I read earlier, I pulled that from their website, but they describe their fragrances as fragrances for the re-enchantment of the world. It was founded to explore the roots of fragrance, the mysterious, ambiguous, transcendent quality it has to connect us as humans. It's about reintroducing ancient, rare, and unusual raw materials too time-consuming, too variable, and too costly for use in mass-produced perfume. I also want to add that this perfume house was originally started by Holiday Penix Salts from 2014 to 2018, and then she went on to begin a new project and kind of was done with this. And a big fan, Nick Nilsson, wanted to see these perfumes back in production, so he took over and revitalized the perfume house, which I think is so cool. Those are my big 5 scents for summer 2023, And yeah, it's the summer of smelling like wet dirt. It's the summer of smelling like an 80s rock star. It's the summer of smelling like beach romance. It's the summer of smelling like wearing a white dress in the sunshine. And yeah, it's the summer of luxury bug spray. Here's to 2023. Thank you for watching this video if you've gotten this far. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be here, grateful you're here, and excited to see where this goes. See you next time.